Good morning, everyone. Welcome to ACube IAS. I am your host, your mentor, Shubham Agarwal, and today we'll be talking about the IAS exam in journal, and then we'll obviously switch over to the subject that is Indian polity for journal studies. सबसे पहले, what is the IAS exam? What about IAS, Indian Administrative Services, or let us decode the word civil services. It consists of two words. The first word being civil, that is the civilians, and then the word service means you have to serve the people. आपको लोगों की सेवा करनी है. You people will have to serve the common general populace of India. So I would say that IAS is not an authority. It is more of a responsibility, because with great power comes great responsibility. And when you become an IAS officer, you would be amongst the most powerful, the most prestigious, the most prolific, the part of policy making. दो तरह के लोग होते हैं हिंदुस्तान में, एक जो आधार कार्ड बनवाने के लिए लाइन में लगते हैं, और दूसरे जो ऑर्डर करते हैं कि आप सबका आधार कार्ड बनना चाहिए. Otherwise, we'll freeze your PAN if your Aadhaar is not linked. Otherwise, we will not issue you a SIM card. तो आप लोग इस कैटेगरी के हैं. You are the part of policy making. You guide the people of India. That if you do not have your Aadhaar card, what we will do? We will cancel your licenses. We will cancel all the social amenities being given to you. Apart from power, I would say an IAS officer. ACube के माध्यम से हम आपको IAS officer बनाएंगे. An IAS officer has the highest amount of achievement per unit age, per unit time, per unit paisa, per unit money spent. For example, you are 21 years of age and we only call you for an year. एक साल के लिए हमारे पास आए, 22-23 में आप एक IAS ऑफिसर बन जाएंगे. You graduate on to becoming the district collector. आपका सीधा मंत्रियों तक, मंत्रियों से ऊपर तक वर्चस्व हो जाएगा. You will have that caliber of reaching the pinnacle of glory, the zenith in your career options. What happens after that? The age is minimum. The time you spent with us, only 1 year, that is minimum. You are not taking 5 years to complete your MBBS and then MD. You are not taking ages to complete your chartered accountancy. You are spending a minimum amount of energy as well as minimal amount of time. So the achievement per unit age, per unit time, per unit money, per unit energy is the maximum when you become an IAS officer. जब आप IAS बनते हैं तो आपको ये अचीवमेंट सबसे ज्यादा हो जाती है. Then there is another perk of becoming an IAS officer. आप वो काम कर सकते हैं धरती पर जो कि एक भगवान करता है. You are a god on earth. The world treats you when you become an IAS. There is an organization called UPSC which conducts the IAS exam every year. हर साल आपका IAS का एग्जाम कंडक्ट करती है. IAS exam में 3 stages हैं. There are 3 main stages of the IAS exam. The first, I hope I am audible and legible to you all. I hope you are all hearing me. So IAS के लिए the first stage being the prelims, the second stage being the mains, the third stage being the interviews. You have multiple choice questions. कौन बनेगा करोड़पति? You will have a question. There will be 4 options, but there is no lifeline. You have to choose one out of them. आपको एक ऑप्शन चूज करना है इन 4 ऑप्शंस में से. Graduating from prelims to mains, all these things would be asked in an essay form, and your GS 1, 2, 3 and 4. जितने सारे सब्जेक्ट्स आपके यहां हैं, be it your polity, be it your economy, be it your history, be it your geography, be it your science and technology, or your environment. All these subjects are bound to be asked in your mains as well. Mains के answers भी आपको इन्हीं issues पर लिखने हैं. What about the essay exam? You'll given, see, you won't be given an essay on, my friend ka essay yaad karke gaye और my father ka essay आ गया. And then people replace friend with father. You see, I have many fathers, but Balwant Singh is my best father. He often comes to my house. My mother loves him very much. And then a good child also gives you, what do we say, a moral that a father in need is a father indeed. No, आपको ऐसे essays नहीं आएंगे. You will be given essays on the social issues. Social issues पर ऐसे आएंगे. For example, poverty in India, corruption in India, the lacking of women in political spheres or the economic sphere, the pandemic, the disasters, the crisis management. All those things are asked in the essays. My focus would be on general studies ka second part, that is GS2. This is why I am here. I'll be taking your Indian polity, governance, social justice, and development. So this is obviously a polity lecture and polity introduction in Journal IAS introduction class. So in GS2, in GS1, obviously we have the history and the geography portions. The concerned teachers would tell you about them. Polity is the core. Polity, I would say, everything revolves around Indian polity. So polity mein Indian polity means the constitution. That how are the things arranged in your governmental setup? What are the duties of a panchayat? पंचायत क्या होती है? सीधा गांव से लेकर then you come on to the MLAs at the district or the state level, and then finally you come on to the MPs and the ministers at the union level. So a panchayat of your village, a sarpanch of your village, or the MC of your urban area, and then your local administration, that is the MLAs, and then your member of parliament, lowest level to the highest level. All the things which are arranged, the Supreme Courts, the judges, the High Courts, the Election Commission, abhi West Bengal mein elections hue hain, you've all seen. So all those procedures, they are given in the Constitution. I'll tell you in the later lectures that what a Constitution is all about. The governance means what actually are they doing on ground. Social justice, is it benefiting the people of India? And the development, how are they putting in efforts to develop people? What is the scope of development in India? Is India a developed country or is India a developing country? So all those things, what are we giving to our people? जो amenities या facilities हम अपने लोगों को दे रहे हैं, all those things would be considered in this developmental area. So obviously GS3 is your economics and GS4 is your ethics. We'll be only confining ourselves with myself, Shubham Agarwal, to the scope of the Indian polity. So let me take Indian polity. So I hope we do not have any issues with the prelims, that is the MCQ stage. The mains, that is the answer writing, the detailed writing stage, in which you also come across the essays as well as the journal studies 1, 2, 3, 4. The syllabus is almost same. जो prelims का syllabus है और जो mains का syllabus है, that absolutely overlaps except for few things like ethics and world history. And then the interviews or the personality test. We always say that UPSC is not a test of persons. UPSC is a test of personalities. It is not your height, it is not your weight, it is not your beauty, external beauty that will matter, but it is your personalized view. It is your viewpoint, how much rational you are, and up to what extent do you have that concern for the poorest of the poor in India. How much a leader you are, how much a crisis manager you are, आप किस तरह से कौन-कौन सी situations को handle करते हैं, ये सब चीजें आपको UPSC expect करता है to know from you. Very simple. So it will be a two-way street. I will not indulge one way with you, I will indulge bilaterally with you. The more I give you, the more I expect from you as well. Now, what do I expect from you? I told you that an IAS officer has a lot of power, has a lot of prestige. He has the highest amount of achievement per unit time, energy, money, and age, and he can do a lot of work. उनको वो सब काम करना है कि लोग उनको धरती पर भगवान बोले. He is equated to God. Then I told you that UPSC conducts this IAS exam for all the three stages. Union Public Service Commission. Union matlab you are Narendra Modi. Union. Public means Janta. Service means to serve the people. Commission means a body which will conduct these examinations. Moving further, as I said, that our relationship would be bilateral. It would be transactional. The more you take from me, the more I would need from you. I would need a lot of dedication, a lot of perseveration, a lot of hard work. I would not say hard work, a lot of smart work from you people. For example, in order to clear an IAS exam, I just give a simple formula to all my aspirants, that is TRIPS. The first factor being time. This is the perfect time to start your civil services preparation. आज मई है, मान लीजिए मई खत्म हो गया. So June, July to December, 6 months, and then the next 3 months, that is the 6 and 3, 9 months. So 8 to 9 months of comprehensive study with us, comprehensive lectures in A-Cube IAS, which will give you a stand, which will give you a time frame to revise yourself. For instance, the next exam comes in June 2022. So by March, you'll be managing your time for 8 to 9 months of rigorous preparation with us. Uske baad in June you have exams, so here is a window for self studies. Then again you have 100 days to your mains. It means you have to manage all your syllabus up till the mains within this time frame, because you do not have 100, you only have 100 days. So your time management is the most key factor, the most essential factor when it comes to your UPSC preparation. Next, relevance. See, I would be telling you that you have to keep context with your newspaper. आप लोगों को अपना हिंदू बहुत अच्छे से पढ़ना है, और आप लोगों को अपने इंटरव्यू वाले दिन तक अपना हिंदू मिस नहीं करना. Hindu means newspaper, a good quality newspaper which gives you a lot of national and regional news and the social news which is required, which is not a populist news, which remains with the common public. जो आम आदमी को affect करती है जो news, वो आपको पढ़नी. So relevance is very, very important. Because the study materials are infinite, the approach has to be narrow. The approach has to be focused. Means you need to know two things: what is to be studied, and the most important thing, the more relevant thing, that is what not to study. See, anyone can give you what is to be studied. There are standard books in the market. There is a newspaper in the market. Your work is done. आप Google करें, उठाएं वो book list लें, and you think you will become an IAS officer. No, because those books have not been written, or the newspaper is not printed by virtue of knowing that an IAS aspirant would need it. It is written for a common citizen, and there is a lot of masala. There is a lot of entertainment also. I'll give you an example. Modi ji राहुल गांधी के बारे में कुछ बोल रहे हैं, और कांग्रेस accusing BJP and BJP accusing Didi, that is your Trinamool Congress, recently. So what all? ये सब क्या है? This is not to be done. These things are to be ignored by virtue of your preparing for IAS. And this is where A-Cube IAS comes into play. This is where I come into play. This is where my content development team, my management, my administration, all of us come into play. We will guide you that you have to keep your approach narrow. You might have seen that Mahabharata thing, Arjun ki aankh, The Arjun was the only guy who was focusing on the eye of the fish or the eye of the bird. He was not focusing anywhere else, and he hit his target. अगर वो पेड़ देख रहा होता, पौधे देख रहा होता है, if he would have been left, right and center, he would have not made to an IAS exam. The Arjun that time, and you are our Arjun. आप लोग हमारे अर्जुन हैं, और हम आपको एक नैरो अप्रोच देंगे कि जो रेलिवेंट है उसी पर फोकस करना है, इररिलेवेंट चीजों पर फोकस नहीं करना. दिस इज कॉमन फॉर ऑल दी पेपर्स, नॉट जस्ट माय सब्जेक्ट, फॉर एवरी सब्जेक्ट दिस इज वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. I. See, I would give you an intelligent, or I would say smartness. You have to plan your strategy intelligently. You have to work intelligently. You have to hard work. So when I talk about intelligent work or smart work, so who does more hard work? Is it the Bill Gates or the rickshaw puller? Obviously, this guy does more hard work. But this guy does more smart work or intelligent work. This guy has proper planning. This guy has proper direction. This guy has proper orientation. This guy has proper study material. So this guy has covered all the intelligent aspects of his civil services preparation. That is why he is the richest man on earth, or he would be. डाइवोर्स के बाद आई डू नॉट नो मेलिंडा कितनी इसकी जायदाद ले गई, कितना इसका प्रॉपर्टी ले गई, बट रिक्शा पुलर से बहुत ज्यादा ये बंदा अमीर है. एंड व्हाई? ड्यू टू ऑल दीज इंटेलिजेंट फैक्टर्स. So very very important when you prepare for IAS. Next comes perseverance. Means continuation, continuous effort. You have to keep on coming every day. हर रोज आपको खुद से जंग लड़नी है. You have to keep on coming every day. Keep on coming every day at your newspaper. Keep on coming every day at your books. Keep on revising whatever I teach you every day. 2 hours of comprehensive, brainstorming. You have to analyze yourself that what is happening in my desh. कि शुभम सर ने अगर ये चीज मुझे बोली तो वो क्यों बोली? And then you have to ask your doubts. तो ये सब चीजें बहुत जरूरी हैं when you become an IAS officer, when you wish to become an IAS officer. आपको रोज करना है. आप एक दिन मिस कर देंगे, then you will be lagging behind. धीरे 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 that backlog will extend, and finally one day you will give up. So you don't have to do that. And we are there to support you. We are there to motivate you at every stage of your examination. And hence, if you have all these covered, the next step is your success. आप IAS बन जाते हैं, and IAS becomes a cakewalk if you keep all these things in your mind. So this is the level of commitment which I require from you as well. आप लोगों को मेरे हिसाब से चलना पड़ेगा. You have to have trust in me. Obviously, आपको मेरी आंखों में सच्चाई दिखनी चाहिए. You will have to have faith in my abilities as well as your capabilities. Because I would be only orienting you, I would be only directing you. It is you who have to put in 99% of the effort. The directed effort, the planned effort. I hope we do not have any more doubts regarding the civil services preparation. Not taking much of your time, I would graduate forward to the Indian polity. That is the GS paper 2. So India means you people. what is India? Let us say India is a state, and India has four important components. What are the four important components of a state? First of all, it has people, a population. Second, it has territory. हमारे पास भी है. Third, it has governance or someone who is ruling the people. Fourth, it has a recognition. The United Nations organization and the other countries recognize you as a sovereign independent state. So India is a state. Indian polity. The public, legal, social, economic dealings of your desh encompasses your polity. Your worshipping a god is your personal affair, but you going to vote is your political. So this is a difference between personal and political. Here I'm not dealing about your personal life, about your marriage, about your religion. No. Somewhere when your religion affects the other people's religion, then obviously I would talk about it. But otherwise, यहाँ पर फिलहाल I am not talking about your religion. I am only talking about your public sphere. Indian polity. As I told you, the public life of you people is surrounded by, or the syllabi of GS2 is surrounded by or is dominated by two main parts, that is the static and the dynamic. Which static is that part which remains stagnant or fixed. Dynamic is that part which keeps on changing. ये बदलता रहता है और ये फिक्स रहता है. सबसे पहली चीज. The next thing is, in this stagnant or static portion, the next important thing is that you have to refer to the Constitution of India, which is the basic law of land, which is a rule book according to which every stakeholder in the Indian polity works. I'll give you an example. Let us say आप A cube IAS में पढ़ रहे हैं. Now A cube IAS has सबसे important, that is you students. Then the next stakeholders is the teachers. The third stakeholder is the management, the administration, the support staff, the people who are behind this electronic viewership and everything, the people who are telecasting it. So students have basic rights, duties. Teachers have basic eligibility criteria. Management has its own obligations. The administrative staff or the support staff has its own structure. So all these rights, duties, eligibility criteria, obligations and everything of the people of A cube IAS, of the whole stakeholdership of A cube IAS, will be given in a rule book. That rule book I will call the Constitution of A cube IAS. आपके संस्था का जो रूल बुक है, A cube IAS का जो कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन है, that contains whatever has to happen in A cube IAS, that has to happen by rule. So A cube IAS is not being ruled by men, it is being ruled by rule of law, rule of this rule book, that is the Constitution of A cube IAS. Now if I magnify this A cube IAS into your country, अगर मैं A cube IAS को हटाकर अगर मैं पूरा का पूरा इंडिया, that is हिंदुस्तान ले लूं, India also has various stakeholders like citizens, very very important, the government, the High Court, the Supreme Court, the media, the temple, the church, the school, everyone. Those people are also being governed by a rule book, and the name of that rule book is the Constitution of India, Bharat ka Samvidhan. Why I call it a static thing? It was written in 1949. It was completed in 1949. We'll discuss it later. How was it made and why was it made and who made it and how they made it and how it was, formed in its original stage. And then it kept on being amended. It kept on being changing and how it changed. So the static portion, that is your constitution, which contains various rules and regulations about how the polity of India has to be governed, or how the polity of India has to change, or how the polity of India works. Besides this constitution also contains some other bodies. For example, Narendra Modi, that is the PM of India. For example, the Sarpanch, the village Panchayat or the village Sarpanch. For example, the President of India. For example, the Supreme Courts of India. So all these constitutional bodies which help you in your governance in day-to-day life, ये सब bodies बहुत जरूरी हैं. The PM gives you a scheme. The president, approves an emergency or an ordinance. The sarpanch of your village, the local MLA makes a road for you. So all these people are important in your life, and hence you are made to study about these people by virtue of studying the Constitution of India. Now, how this constitutional machinery actually works on the ground level, that is your governance. That how is the Modi Sarkar handling this pandemic? What is Jan Dhan Aadhar model of development? What is Pradhan Mantri Kisan Yojana? What is Beti Bachao, Beti Padhao? All those things, or the e-governance, or the various arrests happening in your polity, ये सब चीजें, all this would be incorporated, मतलब practical ground level. All these things would come under your governance, your transparency, accountability, the amount of corruption you have, the RTI Act, the Lokpal, the Vigilance Commission. If you take a bribe, you are arrested. So ये सब चीजें we'll be covering in the governance structure. The next dynamic aspect of your constitution, that is the next part of your syllabus, is the development industry. What is the development industry? See, there are two types of people which are developing you. One is the external agency, that is the government of India, that is developing you. But they are also your representatives. Free and fair elections हुए इंडिया में, आपने वोट किया, you chose your MLA. The biggest party, let us say BJP, your MPs, the biggest party, the BJP, that won maximum number of seats. So they formed their government. The government is actually the representative of the people of India. Democracy पढ़ा है हमने बचपन में, for the people, of the people, by the people. So governance of the people, for the people, by the people. So यहाँ पर you are being developed by the government of India and by some non-governmental organizations or entities. या फिर आप खुद अपने आप को डेवलप कर रहे हैं. कैसे कर रहे हैं? NGOs, self help groups, political parties, interest groups, the foreign or the international NGOs. So I think, yeah, I have to draw a line here because this is not visible. So the international NGOs. What about McDonald's? What about Walmart? What about Doctors Without Frontiers? They are also helping you. What about Greenpeace? What about Amnesty International? So MNCs. See, you could be employed at a McDonald outlet. You could get a job in Walmart. You could get jobs in FMCGs. MNCs में भी आपको jobs मिलती हैं. They also help boost the economy, and they also have spillover effects of employment generation. They also have the manufacturing capabilities. तो वो भी आपको develop करती हैं. So the development industry, NGOs, what is a self-help group? SHG. See, a self-help group is a group which would, what would it do? जो खुद के लोग इकट्ठे होकर, कुछ गांव के लोग इकट्ठे होकर, for example 15 to 20 women of a village, they come together. And how do they come together? They come together in an informal grouping, and they together go to State Bank of India branch, rural branch, and they ask for a loan. वहां जाकर उनको लोन की जरूरत पड़ती है. वो सेल्फ हेल्प ग्रुपिंग जो है, वो एसएचजी जो है, वो इकट्ठा इंस्टीट्यूशनलाइज एक दूसरे को करके, ऑर्गेनाइज करके, वो इकट्ठा डेवलपमेंट इंडस्ट्री में काम कर रहा है. एंड व्हेन दैट पर्टिकुलर सेल्फ हेल्प ग्रुप इज हेल्पिंग इटसेल्फ, it is obviously not the government of India which is doing it. It is you people who are coming together. So you people are developing yourself by virtue of a self-help group. Very, very important. UPSC always asks a 15 marker or a 20 marker from this portion. NGOs or international NGOs, obviously, they were in news recently. FCRA, Foreign Contributions Regulations Act. See, you are an NGO. आप लोग खालसा एड हो. You are doing a wonderful job in the Indian polity. What type of job are you doing in the Indian polity? You are serving the people. If government is not able to supply you oxygen, you are doing it. If the government is not able to give you the food, you are doing it. If the government is not able to give you blankets in winters, you are doing it. So Khalsa Aid is serving a lot of people in India. However, Khalsa Aid को पैसा कहां से मिल रहा है? Where is it getting money from? Maybe it is getting money from UK. UK से उनको पैसा आ रहा है, या कनाडा से उनको फंडिंग आ रही है. What if an NGO is being funded by Pakistan or China? Will that NGO work sincerely in India? No. That particular NGO will work only to break India, only to divide India. So this is where FCRA, Foreign Contribution Regulations Act, this comes into play. This comes under Ministry of Home Affairs. MHA के अंडर आ रहा है. 20 नंबर का क्वेश्चन UPSC has always asked, already asked regarding FCRA, and it is again going to ask. The questions may keep on repeating depending upon your current affairs and your changing relevance. So this is your developmental industry. Citizen centric governance, इसमें citizen charters भी आएंगे. What is a citizen charter? A citizen charter is a document, an informal document, a type of an understanding. Is a document, is a type of understanding between the citizen, that is you, and the service provider. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, आप स्टेट बैंक ऑफ इंडिया में चेक जमा करवाने जाते हैं, कैश विड्रॉ करने जा रहे हैं. सो देयर वुड बी अ सिटीजन चार्टर ऑफ द SBI which would say that a person who comes in our branch to withdraw check or cash, money via check or cash, he will only spend 15 minutes in our branch. उससे ज्यादा अगर वो spend कर रहा है, it is unfair. It means the service quality is not up to the mark. So that is a formal and informal understanding between you as a customer of SBI, जिनका खाता है, and the branch. See, you cannot go to the court. This is non-justiciable. You cannot actually go to the court by raking up your citizen charter. It is only an informal understanding. It is a moral obligation on the service provider, on the branch, कि आप लोगों को क्या दे, आप लोगों को अच्छी services दे. So the quantity of services, the quality of services, the time taken, all these things. And if the service is not complete, the grievance redressal, all these come under your citizen charters. So talking about moving further in the dynamic aspect of the Indian polity, so governance, developmental, industry, and the social justice. See, this is the most important part of your polity. Why? Because every year there are many questions from this aspect. And this not only helps you, the social justice will not only help you with respect to your polity, it will also help you with respect to your essay paper, because all the issues which I talked about are social issues. This also encompasses your social schemes कि जो schemes भारत सरकार ने तुम लोगों के लिए बनाई. This will also help you in your GS1 society paper. This will also help you in your ethics paper. And if you choose optionals like political science, it also helps you there. Political science helps you here, and this helps you there. So social justice. What is a society? A society is a huge group of people. This is a society. In the society, there would be a legal organ, that is the governance structure, that is your polity. So polity is a part of your society. फिर MLA MPs के अलावा you also have a family. So family is also part of society. Then you have, let us say, media. Media is also part of a society. Then you have a church. Church is also part of your society. You have AQIAS. Matlab your education, that is also a part of your society. So society encompasses, society is an umbrella term. It is a holistic term which contains two things. First of all the people within a given area, within a given social setup, and the relations. मुझ में और तुम में क्या रिश्ता है? मैं तुम्हारा गुरु हूं, तुम मेरे शिष्य हो. So we have a relation by virtue of being a teacher and a child, or a teacher and a student. Similarly, what is the relation between you and Narendra Modi? Modi ji. आजकल मोदी जी कहना पड़ता है. Narendra Modi is unparliamentary. Narendra Modi ji. What is the relation between you and Modi ji? You chose him as your Pratham Sevak. Prime Minister, his job is to serve you people. What would be the relation between you and the civilians when you become an IAS officer? So that also is a socio-political relation. What is the relation between you and your family? Your family gives you love, care, emotional support. That is the function of family. So is the function of marriage. Procreation. आपको अपना वंश और पीढ़ी आगे बढ़ानी है. That is why you get married, and you also get married for an emotional and physical support. ये सब चीजें आपको चाहिए होती हैं. Out of a family, you get love, you get emotion. So, school, you get wisdom. So at a temple or a church, you get mental peace, spirituality. आपको ये सब चीजें मिलती हैं. लोचा यहां पर नहीं है. The problem is not with the Indian society. The problem is with the relations of the Indian society. Because in our society, you have various social identities. Social identities in the form of your caste. The most unfortunate thing. Your religion. Your race. Your Mongoloid features. Northeast के लोगों को China से compare किया जाता है. That is that is the biggest crime you are committing. Sins against humanity. So your region, religion के साथ region भी है. Your language or your culture. So all these are your social identities. See, India के case में क्या हुआ? India is a nation in the making. Because a nation is an entity in which all the people together come together, live in harmony. They are ready to live in harmony. But are we people ready to live in harmony? No. I am Muslim, you are Hindu. I am Brahmin, you are Dalit. I am Dravidian, you are North Indian. I am mainland Indian, you are Northeast Indian. You don't look like me, you look like a Gorkha. You have your descent with Nepal and China and Mongoloid features. I have, the higher or the so-called superior Aryan race. मैं तो, Aryan से आया हूँ, Germany से आया हूँ शायद. So, right, and you are from Punjab and I am from Tamil Nadu. You are a Punjabi, I am a Bihari. So all these social identities, do they result in justice? No, they do not result in justice. Since historical times, since the times of the precious, the most sacred Vedas, the Hindu scriptures, you treated your women at par with the Dalits. You treated your women at par with the Shudras. ना शूद्रास को वो ध्वज थ्रेड सेरेमनी करने की इजाजत थी ना औरतों को थी. Neither could the Shudras read your Vedas, your Rig Veda, your Atharvaveda, your all those Vedas. Neither could your women do that. ना वो यज्ञ कर सकते थे ना तुम यज्ञ कर सकती थी. So you are depriving many people. You are depriving the SCs and STs, backward classes, the Adivasis. You see, you are depriving the women of India. You are depriving the children of India. You are depriving the LGBTQ community. याद करो सुप्रीम कोर्ट का 2014 का नलसा जजमेंट, नेशनल लीगल सर्विसेज अथॉरिटी जजमेंट, जिसमें सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने क्या बोला था, that you have the right to choose your own sexual orientation. You have the right to fill male, female and other. आप अदर वाला ऑप्शन भी अपने किसी भी फॉर्म में फिल कर सकते हैं. दिस वाज द मेन rationale or this was the main logic behind your नलसा जजमेंट जो सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने दिया. सो इट वाज ऑल टू एड्रेस व्हाट, ये सब क्या चीजों को एड्रेस कर रहा था. दिस वाज एड्रेसिंग योर सोशल इनजस्टिस, द प्रिवेलिंग सोशल इनजस्टिस इन योर पॉलिटी, इन द इंडियन पॉलिटी. सो यहां पर डू वी हैव सोशल जस्टिस इन इंडिया? दिस इज अ मैटर ऑफ डिबेट. Are we people living in fraternity? The preambular goal. What is the preamble? Preamble is the preface of the Constitution, which says, we the people of India, having solemnly resolved to constitute India, हम भारत को कैसा बनाएं? Into a sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic republic. We wish to make India such kind of a polity. And then besides that, we also want to give you people liberty of thought, expression, belief, faith, and worship. We also want to give you people the equality of status and of opportunity, justice, social, economic, political, fraternity, which would lead to the status and dignity of an individual, and unity and integrity of the nation. So this is what would happen when I talk about the social aspects, the social justice aspects of your country. That what is being done for the SCs and STs by the government of India. अभी recently 2 दिन पहले अखबार में एक बहुत उम्दा न्यूज आई. I'll discuss about the newspaper as well. डोंगरिया कॉन्ड्स. So कल के अखबार में, that is the 17th May के हिंदू में, there was a news regarding Dongriya Konds. Who are Dongriya Konds? They are the tribals. Where do they live? Niamgiri Hills, Raigad district of Odisha. And why were they famous? You might have seen a movie called Avatar, या जिसको आप अवतार बोलते हैं, that animated film. That film featured the Dongriyas, the Konds. So Adivasis, UPSC will ask you in the prelims, which are the following features of these Dongriya Konds? They are primitive tribal vulnerable groups. They are the most vulnerable groups जिनको आज तक तुम्हारी डेवलपमेंट में कोई जगह नहीं मिली है. They are socially, I would say they are barbaric. They are barbarians, but they have their own way of living. They live together in harmony with the nature. They do not want roads and buildings and Central Vista project and all. So this is your dynamic portion, that is the changing portion of polity. Actually, the constitution is your base, and this dynamic portion, that is the governance, the developmental industry, the social justice, it will constitute your dynamic portion. So उसके लिए आपको हिंदू पढ़ना है. हिंदू पेपर भी मैं अभी डिस्कस करता हूं कि what is the relevance of your Hindu newspaper. There is yet another portion, yet another dynamic portion in your GS2, that is the international affairs. I'll just sum it up for you. थोड़ा confusion हो गया होगा आप बच्चों को. So the static portion consists of your Constitution of India and various terminologies, various terms, various bodies, the elections and all. The dynamic portion consists of your governance, social justice, development, plus it also consists of another part, that is your international relations. You see, आप अकेले नहीं रह रहे दुनिया में. You have many more countries with you. And in this era of liberalization, privatization, globalization, the reaction or the the time to correlate with the foreign countries has become very less. The world has become hot and flat. The entropy of the world has increased. In simple terms, आपके रिलेशंस बाकी सब देशों के साथ बहुत ज्यादा फास्ट और बहुत ज्यादा वाइड हो गए हैं. बहुत ज्यादा स्केल उनका ज्यादा बढ़ गया है, उनकी क्वालिटी बहुत ज्यादा बढ़ गई है, उनकी क्वांटिटी बहुत ज्यादा बढ़ गई है. कम हुआ है तो क्या हुआ है, आपका इंटरेक्शन टाइम. With a Google call, with a Zoom meeting like this, you could also attend my seminar sitting in America. You could also attend my seminar sitting in Canada or Singapore. You could also attend my seminar. You would also be, I am sitting in Chandigarh or Delhi. You would also attend my seminar in anywhere, in any place in this country. So within a fraction of seconds, through satellite communication and internet and all that. So आप लोगों के बाकी सब देशों के साथ जो relations हैं, जो current developments हैं, we discuss all those things in this aspect, in this area. So I'll start with let us say this is a world map. Here is your America, उसके ऊपर Canada. So America, that is the North America. उसके नीचे the Latin America. उसके यहाँ कौन सा ocean आएगा? What ocean encompasses between America and this Europe? Your Atlantic Ocean, जहां से Titanic डूबा था. So ऊपर है तुम्हारा Europe, EU. उसके बिल्कुल नीचे is your Mediterranean Sea. उसके आसपास is the most disturbed area of the world, जो आज भी आपका हिंदू में रोज न्यूज आ रहा है, that is Israel, Palestine and the Middle East, the Iran, the Syria, Jordan, Iraq, Iran, Afghanistan, Pakistan, then India. So Middle East area in flux. Middle East के बिल्कुल नीचे starts your Egypt, which is joined to the Middle East, Asia, the Sinai Peninsula, which is joined to the Israel. Egypt के साथ तुम्हारा सारा Africa. So the whole Africa comes under your Europe. Africa के बाद we move on. Europe के बिल्कुल साथ कौन सी, the world's largest country, that is your Russia. Russia से नीचे बिल्कुल important country, that is China. China के इधर you have a small country, that is Japan, but very powerful, which is India's very good friend. Japan से नीचे और China से नीचे you have, let us say, India. India के आसपास वाले सारे neighbors, Afghanistan, Nepal, Bhutan, Bangladesh, नीचे Myanmar, Sri Lanka, Maldives, and then the Hind Mahasagar, that is the Indian Ocean, or in American terms, this is the Indo-Pacific, which is the most important region of the world, the hottest region of the world. Indo-Pacific से इधर you come to Thailand, Myanmar, Laos, Cambodia, Vietnam, Malaysia, Singapore, Indonesia, Brunei. So all these countries which are near India are called SAARC, South Asian Association of Regional Cooperation, India and its neighbors. And the countries immediate east of India, starting from Myanmar to other, those 10 countries are called ASEAN nations. Uske niche you have Australia. So basically, a doubt raises in your minds that, sir, international relations may, there are 180 countries in the world or 200 countries, let us say, in the world, including your international organizations like UN, IMF, World Bank, let us say your BRICS, SARC, ASEAन, I already talked about. ऐसी बहुत सारी organizations हैं. तो सर कितना पढ़ेंगे? My answer to all those queries would be that we will not leave any region out. हम हर region के साथ India के relations पढ़ेंगे. Plus whatever comes in your Hindu. आपके हिंदू में जो रिलेशन आएगा इंडिया का, जो कंट्री इस टाइम इंडिया के साथ अच्छे से रिलेट या बुरे से रिलेट कर रही होगी, दैट कंट्री बिकम्स वेरी 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 इंपॉर्टेंट फॉर योर exam, because out of 180 nations he would only ask you about the country which has been regularly in news. So this encompasses your international relations. International relations में आप ये सब करते हैं, you get approximately 4 to 5 questions from your international relations in your mains, and prelims maybe it includes the world geography part. The geography mapping part also relates to the international relations, because question वहीं से आता है जो country news में होता है. He cannot ask you the location of 180 countries, ऐसे नहीं वो रात को उठेगा examiner. He will be thinking that does this child know about whatever is happening, around about यहाँ पर जो ये चीजें हो रही हैं. So international relations also constitutes the important part of your. So this is fairly the GS2 syllabus. Now, let me talk about the nature of my subject. The nature of my subject is obviously dynamic. Means the constitution, let us say, has 400 plus articles. Yeah, 400 articles and provisions and all that. But why would UPSC focus on a particular provision? It will focus on that provision which is actually in जो अखबार में provision आएगा, उस provision में से ही UPSC आपका focus करेगा. I'll give you an example. Yeah. So recently, there is a pandemic. इस pandemic के अंदर क्या हो रहा है? The states were falling short of oxygen. Delhi said we do not have oxygen. The center said we are giving oxygen to every state. Now there was a conflict between Modi government and the Kejriwal government, or in technical terms, in better terms, there was a conflict between the center and the states. So in order to resolve a particular dispute between the center as well as the states, who steps in? The higher judiciary. Supreme Court would step in, and the question UPSC would ask you, क्या question पूछेगा? See, he will not ask you that what is the eligibility of a Supreme Court judge. We all know that eligibility of a Supreme Court judge is so and so. We all know that eligibility of a High Court judge is so and so. We all know that the Supreme Court judge can be removed by the Parliament in a particular manner. How can it be removed? 100 MPs from Lok Sabha or the 50 MPs from Rajya Sabha, they come together, they find a motion, they initiate a motion. That motion has been presented to the presiding officer, that is the Speaker of the Lok Sabha or the Chairman of the Rajya Sabha. अगर वो स्पीकर या चेयरमैन उस मोशन को एडमिट कर लेता है, if the speaker admits the motion of 100 Lok Sabha MPs and the Rajya Sabha chairman admits the motion of the 50 Rajya Sabha MPs, then there is an investigation. Then there is a debate that why this particular judge has to be removed. Was he unsound of mind? Was he guilty of any misconduct? What was he? So ये discussion वहां चलेगी, and then they would have to pass that motion with 2/3 of majority of present and voting, plus the 50% of the majority of the house, and then that motion is being passed to the second house, and then the second house repeats the process. And then if that process is passed in both the houses of the parliament in a particular single session, and the presidents give assent to that removal impeachment motion, then the judge stands removed. We all know this. ये सब चीजें कहाँ लिखी हुई हैं? लक्ष्मीकांत में, the standard books which I will give you after this lecture. But what is more important is the things which are occurring in news. For example, the judicial activism. Or the judicial overreach. Judicial activism या judicial overreach का मतलब क्या होता है? See, three organs of the polity. There are three organs in my polity. One is the law-making organ, that is the parliament. They will make a law. One is the executive organ, that is your ministers. They will execute a law. Whatever has been made by the parliament will be implemented by the government of India on the ground. Third, if there is a dispute, then the judiciary will resolve it. अब यहाँ पर there was no law. The execution was flawed. But execution of oxygen cylinders on ground किसका काम है? या तो दिल्ली सरकार का या फिर सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट का. But what did judiciary do? It stepped into the executive domain. That I will take care. I am the Supreme Court. I will take care whether or not the Aam Aadmi Party's claims are okay, whether or not the people of Delhi are getting the amount of oxygen required in the hospitals, whether or not is the central government uniformly distributing oxygen as per the needs in all the states, or it is discriminating between Delhi because there is no BJP there and UP because there is BJP there. So all these activities of Supreme Court are not its work. लेकिन फिर भी वो ऐसा कर रहे हैं, ये उनकी महानता है. And hence I call this as judicial activism. And where will I come to know about this judicial activism? I will come to know about this judicial activism from the one important document, that is Hindu. Hindu का relevance UPSC में बहुत ज्यादा बढ़ गया है. See, in 2012 the pattern of prelims changed and the CSAT was introduced, 2 papers of GS. Since 2013 one optional was removed and general studies paper was boosted, GS 1, 2, 3, 4. So since 2013 to this 2021 we have had 8 to 9 years of experience of training the IAS aspirants by observing what are the trends of UPSC. So the trends of UPSC, my dear friends, are obviously that they give more emphasis to the current affairs. See, there is a difference between current affairs and general knowledge. GK आपको fact learning पर ज़्यादा emphasize करेगा. Your general knowledge or your GK can be boosted where? It can be boosted from Wikipedia or Encyclopedia or Britannica, from Google. But your awareness about the issues and the aspects of the Indian state are to be boosted only from the most important document, that is your newspaper. मेरे सब्जेक्ट के लिए मुझे क्या चाहिए कि आपको रोज एक अच्छा क्वालिटी का न्यूज़पेपर. द हिंदू इज अ स्टैंडर्ड न्यूज़पेपर. You all have to read this newspaper if you want to become an IAS officer. अगर आपको एक IAS ऑफिसर बनना है और आपको इंडियन पॉलिटी का अच्छे से तैयारी करना है, not just polity. See, polity is dynamic, economics is dynamic, science and technology is dynamic. Today he will not ask you questions from science. आपको साइंस से सवाल नहीं पूछेगा कि what is the Archimedes principle या what is Newton's second law of motion. Yeah, what are the cells on the skin, the dermal tissues called? What is xylem and phloem in a plant cell? What is parenchyma, sclerenchyma, collenchyma? He will not ask you those facts of biology or physics or chemistry. What he will ask you is the tech part or the technology part. That what is a serological survey? Yeah, what is the black fungus? What is mucoderma? जो एक नई बीमारी आ रही है post COVID. Yeah, what is the why has the efficacy of Indian, yeah, what is the Indian generic industry doing? Yeah, why is the Indian generic pharmaceutical industry so much positive? Yeah, about the Indian space program, ISRO का, इंडियन स्पेस रिसर्च ऑर्गेनाइजेशन, इंडिया का स्पेस प्रोग्राम के बारे में कोई क्वेश्चन पूछेगा, सो ही विल नॉट आस्क यू दोस traditional science wale questions. He'll be asking you the questions related to the technology, and everything related to that is being found in the newspaper. मेरे पॉलिटी में भी यही है. If you tend towards history, let us talk about history में how he is being dynamic. See, he asked about the हड़प्पा मोहनजोदारो, इंडियन इंडस वैली सिविलाइजेशन के बारे में उन्होंने पूछा. Now in 2014 I remember he asked a question regarding Harappa Mohenjo-daro, that what are the learning, yeah, what can we learn from Harappa Mohenjo-daro in the present day urbanization. आज की urbanization में हम हड़प्पा मोहनजोदारो में क्या similarities हैं, या what can we learn from there. You see, Harappa Mohenjo-daro had tiled roads. We also have tiled roads, पक्का roads हैं हमारे यहाँ. This is the one thing we are learning. It had the great granaries, जो गोदाम थे उनके स्टॉक करने के लिए. What do we have today? We have the FCI, Food Corporation of India गोडाउन्स, PDS राइस, जो पीला राशन कार्ड पर गरीबों को चावल मिलता है ₹2 किलो. We have those grains. We had the great granary in Harappa. यहाँ पर क्या है, स्विमिंग पूल्स हैं हमारे यहाँ. कुंभ मेला is a great bath, just like Harappa and Mohenjo-daro. We had rectangular roads in Harappa and Mohenjo-daro. आज भी हमारे यहाँ क्या है, अच्छा एक ग्रिड सिस्टम. फॉर एग्जांपल द आर्किटेक्चर ऑफ बिग सिटीज लाइक चंडीगढ़ हो गया, दिल्ली हो गया, दे आर नॉट हैphazard. द न्यू सिटीज आर बिकमिंग स्क्वायर इन देयर ओरिएंटेशन, in their architecture. Similarly, it was said about the manholes that the drains were covered. Today we have those manholes as well as the sewerage system in our present urbanization. So there is a lot to learn from the single document and the cheapest document of the world, that is the newspaper. सबसे सस्ता और सबसे जरूरी चीज आपकी आईएएस प्रिपरेशन में ये न्यूज़पेपर है. करंट अफेयर्स के बैचेस वगैरह के बारे में यू आस्क द मैनेजमेंट, ठीक है, बट फॉर मी you have to read this newspaper. The other teachers will also connect about their connectivity to this newspaper whenever they take their orientation. अगला जो important aspect है, books. अब आपको कौन कौन सी बुक्स कैसे कैसे रेफर करनी है. न्यूज़पेपर में तो आप बहुत सारा मसाला है, पॉलिटी का, इकोनॉमी का, वी ऑल नो दैट. The first book which you ought to refer in this examination for my polity is the NCERT. NCERT, 11th class NCERT of political science, that is the Indian Constitution at work. To make your base, I always prescribe this book in all my lectures. इस बुक को आप पढ़कर बैठे मेरी क्लास में, आपको और अच्छे से समझ आएगा. I'll just so guys, the books. Indian Constitution at Work, 11th class, NCERT. See, NCERTs are necessary, but insufficient. जरूरी हैं लेकिन काफी नहीं है. You have to read these NCERTs. This book becomes your base. This book lays down your foundations. This book will build up your concepts if you want to prepare for IAS exam regarding GS2 or the Indian, for prelims as well as mains. दोनों में आपको ये पढ़नी है. See, why NCERTs? Let me tell you the relevance of NCERTs. You all know that India consists of many people. There are poorest of the poor, which are also static. And what easiest, what cheapest book Can a poor, very very poor, who is a tribal of Andaman and Nicobar, ये एग्जाम सिर्फ आप लोगों के अर्बन एरियाज के लिए नहीं है, दिस एग्जाम इज आल्सो फॉर द रूरल एरियाज ऑफ इंडिया. एंड जो गरीब से गरीब बच्चा है, दैट एवरी इंडियन कैन एटलीस्ट अफोर्ड NCERTs. तो NCERTs have a lot of relevance. कई बार क्या होता है, what happens is usually a question even without correcting the grammatical error is picked up from the NCERT and put it in your IAS exam. So approximately 20 to 30 questions will be very lallu questions, जो हिंदुस्तान का हर बच्चा जो थोड़ा बहुत अवेयरनेस रखता है, छठी से लेकर 12वीं तक की NCERTs में से क्वेश्चन उठकर आ जाते हैं. So other teachers will tell you which NCERT, whether or not they will make you read it, I do not know. You ask them. But for my subject, Indian Constitution at Work, 11th class की political science की NCERT is a must read if you want to. It contains approximately, you see, 250 pages, and इसका index भी जो है, it is a fundamentals of polity can be found in this book. Like what is a constitution, why and how constitution, the rights in Indian Constitution, the elections and representation, the executive, legislative, judiciary, the federalism, the panchayati raj, that is the local governance. हर साल एक क्वेश्चन आएगा. The nature of your constitution and the philosophy of your constitution. This has been written by an ace writer, that is Yogendra Yadav. एक तो ये बुक आपको पढ़नी है. When you read this book, then I will start with the basics. The second book which you have to read for my polity is M. It is readily available in the market, Indian Polity. M. Lakshmikant, Indian Polity. By the 6th or 7th John C. edition market में आ चुके. I think the 6th has arrived in the market by the latest edition. Third and the foremost thing what you have to do in my subject is Hindu. Daily आपको अखबार पढ़ना ही पढ़ना है मेरे सब्जेक्ट में, अगर आपको मार्क्स चाहिए. What is the importance of polity? You see, everything that happens in your desh, in your country, relates to law. Because the government or the parliament or the judiciary or the police or the citizens, that is you people, cannot do anything which is out of law. And I will teach you how the basic law, that is the Constitution of India, is being implemented. We will all talk about all these aspects of the Indian polity when we talk about my subject. So I do not think that I have anything else left in this discussion. आपका personal conduct भी अच्छा होना चाहिए. Personal conduct with respect to your दिनचर्या, आपकी daily हमारा जो भी, इसके साथ में और भी चीजें obviously दूंगा. I will give you the PDFs, the notes, class notes, and my dictations जो रोज मैं आपको रोजमर्रा में. Plus you can also, while I am speaking, you can also take down your own notes, bullet points. ये सब चीजें भी आप जो है मुझसे ले सकते हैं. Plus any other doubt if you have. अगर आप बच्चों के पास कोई और डाउट होता है तो आप वो डाउट्स भी हमसे क्लियर कर सकते हैं. All the mechanisms have been made by the institution. कोई भी आपको ऐसी प्रॉब्लम आती है, go to the management, go to the administration. Do not come to us for these procedural doubts. Come to us only for the academic doubts. We will all help you till the last moment. आपके इंटरव्यू तक हम आपको हेल्प करेंगे. कोई भी आपको इशू है, I'll be confined to my polity. So कोई भी आपको इशू है, you have any issue regarding the Indian polity, you people are most welcome. I am Shubham Agarwal. I hope you loved this session by virtue of ACube IAS as much as I loved delivering it to you. जो आपके डाउट्स हैं वो आप यहाँ पर मुझे पूछ सकते हैं. You can come live or you could, chat हो सकती है, जो भी है प्रोसीजर आपका, आप मुझे अपने डाउट्स पूछ सकते हैं।